Hello and welcome to Old Faithful. Are we on, Johnny?
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to Old Faithful with your host, Matt Trask. My thanks to Haggerty's Music Works. My thanks to the incomparable Johnny Hastings behind the camera, making me look good as always. Please support Black Hills Blend Espresso. The guest today, who I will introduce in a second, brought his own Black Hills Blend Espresso. Thank you so much. So this is the second of the two guys that Josh Marquis said I had to have on the show.
Yeah.
And here he is. He's not Johnny Cash or a Catholic priest. His name is Tony Hamm. How you doing, Tony?
Pretty good. How are you?
I am doing good. So among other things, you play a wicked guitar, you've got a lot of neat gear, and this man lives in maybe the most interesting building in Rapid City because Tri-County celebrities like us value our privacy. I'm not giving you his address. So tell us more about you.
Oh, well, you know, I started guitar when I was 10.
Okay.
And I got lessons from Scott Pack.
Scott Pack, here at Haggerty's.
Here at Haggerty's.
I have been bothering him to be on the show.
Really?
Yeah, he's
you gotta get
resisted
him.
so far.
You know, I'm blown away every time he just noodles on my guitar.
Right. And once again, a fabulous luthier and guitar repairman here at Haggerty's Music.
Oh, yeah. He just got done with this thing.
He did.
Yeah, he did all my frets.
Wow. Cool.
Yep.
So you took lessons from Scott Pack.
Yeah.
Just tell us what made you want to play guitar.
Well, my cousin had a guitar, and I was like, he's got a guitar, and he was playing it, and it was all cool. I thought it was the coolest thing ever, so I was like, man, I better get one too.
Uh-huh.
He's like, if he could do it, I could do it.
I see. Does he still play guitar?
I don't know.
Okay.
You know, I guess I haven't asked him. You know, all my cousins moved away, most of them.
I see. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Are you from here?
I am from here.
Okay, all right. And so you were telling me, we were nerding out before the show. You were telling me that you began on a classical guitar.
Well, it was a tiny guitar that was like a real like cheap guitar, probably not even worth $5.
Okay.
And it was like for kids.
Okay.
Because I was 10 years old.
Right.
But I really wanted an electric guitar, but my dad told me, he was like, you have to learn these. He'd give me a list of like 5 songs I had to learn before I could get an electric guitar, which is what I really wanted.
Right.
So Scott Pack was able to teach me those.
Right.
In order to get the guitar I wanted.
That is a brilliant way to motivate a kid.
Right? That's all I wanted was an electric guitar, but instead of just buying me one,
Right.
yeah, he wanted me to prove it.
Right.
I guess.
How long did it take you to learn those 5 songs to your dad's satisfaction?
Probably not even a couple months.
Really?
Well, I was so determined. But Scott taught, at first I didn't want to play with a pick. And so he started teaching me flamenco.
Uh-huh.
So, with the, where your fingers are assigned to a certain string, But and then I was like, man, this is a little too hard. I want to use a pick now. And then so he continued to teach me, like he goes. Down, up and down the pentatonic.
Good old pentatonic scale.
So I knew the pentatonic scale when I was 10 years old.
Oh, hey.
So, but that was one of my exercises, right?
Sure.
And then, but yeah, I learned, Classical Gas was one of those songs.
Oh, wow.
Classical Gas.
At 10 years old, you learned classical gas.
10 years old, I had to learn classical gas.
That is no small feat, ladies and gentlemen.
But it was a dumbed down version.
Okay.
I don't even know the full version.
I see.
I basically just tricked my dad into thinking I knew it.
So then you play the 5 songs and your dad says, well done, son. And you got in the family car and you went to where and you bought a what?
No, he just showed up with a guitar. I think he got it from somebody in town that he was friends with that had a guitar shop. Yeah.
I see. So what was your first electric?
Oh, it was a Yamaha.
Okay.
It was a white Yamaha. It wasn't even the right color I wanted.
All right.
But hey, it was an electric guitar.
Sure.
And I got an amp with it, but the amp didn't have distortion. So that was horrible. So I had to figure out how to make that thing dirty.
Right.
So then I ended up getting I had to save up and get a little distortion pedal. But it wasn't the distortion pedal all I wanted. It was American metal.
The frustrating
DOD.
life of a 10-year-old rock guitarist.
Yeah,
it was a DOD American metal, and you weren't happy with it?
No, it sucked.
Get off of my show, pal.
No. What I wanted was like one of those, the ones.
Right.
But that was all I could find.
Do you still have that pedal?
No.
You do not?
No, actually it might be torn apart somewhere because it broke and I tried to fix it, but I was too young and...
After the fact, looking back on your youth, do you remember it as being better than you thought it was?
No. It was a piece of... It was a piece of...
You did not like it?
It was bad.
What was our first amplifier?
That was a Squire.
Okay.
It's probably worth something now. I don't know. It was a really old Squire that didn't have any distortion, any drive. Right. And it had reverb, I believe. I mean, I took that out and tried to... I was like, what the heck is this? And I took it apart. I took that whole amp apart.
Okay.
I took apart my Yamaha that I got and tried to paint it and failed miserably.
Oh. Did you get it back together?
Nope.
No?
It's still apart.
Oh, I see.
That Yamaha I had all sanded down, ready to paint, but I just I got a better guitar.
Oh. So what was the third guitar then?
The one I actually liked was I got an Ibanez.
Okay.
And that had the Floyd on it.
Okay.
So I can't hardly stand to play without a Floyd.
Without a Floyd.
So
you're pretty much the exact opposite of me.
Because you can play.
Right.
And it'll always stay in tune.
Sure.
You can even bend it up.
Right.
Just like wow. It's so expressive.
Right.
Especially when you're doing leads.
Yes.
You got to be expressive when you're doing leads, otherwise, you can't get your feelings out,
Exactly, and stay in tune.
Right.
When you get back.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So we're 11 or 12, or maybe 13.
Yep.
We're struggling to get the distortion sound out of our Squire amplifier.
Yeah.
We have a Yamaha or maybe an Ibanez guitar.
Yep.
Did we try any performing at this point?
I actually, when I was 16, I tried out for Haggerty's Music Works Guitar Wars.
Right.
And I won.
Oh, you did?
16 years old. And I won a guitar.
Uh-huh.
A Blues Saraceno Signature Series guitar.
Wow.
And boy, was that thing cool. But it had this huge neck on it. Like, blues kind of guitar,
Yeah.
It was just like, whoa, man. So... But yeah, I thought it was cool. I did record it a few times, and we were also recording massively. I had my own stuff. I'd actually take 2 tape decks, and I would insert another instrument every time I dubbed these tapes.
Wow!
Because I didn't have a real recording.
Right.
But guess what? When I was 17, I won Guitar Wars again.
Oh, you did?
And then I got a 4-track recorder, Tascam.
Hey.
4 something. It was a 4-track.
Right.
And then it blew up because we could record.
Right.
We had 4 tracks.
Who is we?
Me and all my friends that were musicians.
Okay. So we didn't necessarily have a band that went out and played gigs, but
actually I had and when I was 16, I started a band called Jeff and the Pakistani, and we came with our buddies to Pier. So my first time ever playing live in front of a live audience was in Jeff and the Pakistani. It was a pop punk band.
All right.
And after we played, they were like, "How much money do you guys want?" And we were like, "We want $1 each, so we could say we're professional musicians." And it was a joke. We made up the band in a week.
Right.
And I didn't have time to write lyrics, so I mumbled until the chorus.
Okay.
So I just mumble. And and people were like dancing, and I was like, huh.
In Pierre, South Dakota.
Pierre, South Dakota was my first time playing live.
To a mumbly punk rock band.
Yeah.
How long did you play?
Oh, we played. We only had 6 songs because we played one Misfits cover.
Oh, okay.
It was last.
Did you know the words to that one?
Yeah. I knew those words.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Perfect. So we better talk about the gear because we have a lot to talk about here.
Oh,
the
yeah.
gear that you have brought today. Let's talk with these two beautiful Jackson guitars.
Oh, yeah. So,
Tell us all about them.
yeah, they're not worth very much, man, but let me tell you, this one is like priceless to me.
Right.
It's got the ebony fingerboard, and it's Japanese. It's the high model, so it sold for $899 in 1992.
Okay.
And adjusting for inflation, right? It's over a grand.
That's like
maybe
$3
more.
million.
I can't do the math right now.
Right. Yeah, it's a lot of money. Yeah.
But yeah, so the Japanese, I think, totally succeeded. This plays just like a USA Jackson.
Right.
But you see that if you want to find one, it has to say professional.
It says professional.
It can't say performer.
Okay.
Those are bad.
Okay.
I actually owned a couple of those and they were no good. But this is actually shielded on the inside. It's no joke.
Right.
These are Duncan design pickups in here.
Oh wow.
And this is a licensed Floyd Rose.
Okay.
Real nice. So it's top of the line hardware.
So when he says they're cheap, what he means is you can find these at a reasonable price point.
Nope.
It does not mean that it's a crappy instrument. All of those hardware and stuff he's talked about are very good hardware, and made in Japan guitars are being recognized.
Yep. Yeah.
For their quality.
Japanese, they're great.
Right.
Just like everybody, it's awesome at what they do if they believe in it, right?
Right. Did you buy this new?
No.
Oh.
I got it used.
Okay.
And it was trashed.
Okay.
But I took it to Scott, and he fixed it up, and it was the best guitar ever.
Really?
It turned into the best guitar ever.
I see. And did you buy that one before or after you bought this one, which looks identical?
This one was just a surprise. I wasn't expecting too much because it played like crap when it got it. But the minute Scott set it up,
right,
it was like a Lamborghini.
Right.
The action's so close. It's just like this guitar plays itself.
Wow, that's what we like. Do you ever just turn it on and go take a nap?
Oh, it does. It's real quiet. Yeah, it does play itself.
When did we get this one?
So I got that one. Probably I got it on eBay.
Oh,
because
okay.
I wanted parts for that one.
Oh, I see.
But this just ended up becoming my number 2. So, it's got a different fretboard.
Right.
It's got a rosewood instead of I don't know why that one has an ebony fretboard.
Okay.
Or it's just so dark from playing it for so long. Who knows? I don't know.
It could be that. It could be a lot
I
of
have no
things.
idea.
Do they feel similar?
Yeah, they really do. I mean, this one doesn't have nearly as nice of a play though.
Okay.
But
you have had Scott set it up?
I haven't had him set it up, but I had him fix this because both of these are so old of guitars that this actually had to glue this back in because they were slowly rubbing, so it started not being in tune anymore.
Okay.
Because this bridge started hitting the wood.
I see.
And it started rubbing. And I was like, no! It actually changed the tone of the guitar a bit, though.
It did.
That glue in here, but it's all right.
Yeah.
Still sounds good.
Did it change it for the better or for the worse, or just noticeable?
Just noticeable, but
okay.
I mean, what are you going to do? It's an old guitar.
Right. Did you put all the stickers on the guitars that we're seeing?
This is no stickers, this is drawings.
Oh,
so they're going to wear off, and I'm going to, draw again on there.
Okay.
It's just markers.
That is amazing.
It's a marker. Try to draw a little eyeball, and that's my signature if somebody
I'll be dang.
asked me to sign something.
Is that also drawing on that one?
No, that's just a sticker.
Okay. All right.
I had a sticker on there of like another band,
okay.
But I was like, hey, I don't want to promote other bands.
Right.
Well, I'm up on stage unless, I really like them.
While we're at it at this point, you are in a band.
Yes,
and what is the name of your band?
Well, my main band, my baby, that I formed in 1997 was Dark Nation. It's called
Dark Nation. Okay.
And I named it when I was 16. I mean, some people have told me that's kind of a cheesy name, I know. But that's what I thought was cool when I was 16.
It's not the cheesiest band name ever.
Right, yeah.
I've heard worse.
Yeah, but...
Has Dark Nation been a musical unit ever since 1997?
Yep. I've had some member changes, but I'm still the lead singer, so I can do whatever. I'm lead guitarist, lead singer, primary writer.
All right.
Although I've had band members write with me.
Right.
So,
are there any other original members in Dark Nation besides you?
Well, I consider my drummer to definitely be a main member. Like, he's never going to leave us.
Okay.
So he's kind of he's there for the long haul.
The long haul. All
right.
We
do. I mean, we've got a bassist right now, and sadly our guitarist just quit recently. But we don't need a second guitarist. We just like to have one.
Right.
But I've tried out a lot of people.
But the power of rock doesn't need a second guitarist.
No, but it's preferred because I do write for two guitars.
Sure. Yeah.
So each guitar does something different.
Right.
Because you don't want to do the same thing.
Do the same thing, no.
Right?
So you write music, so we have recorded music.
Yep.
Where can we find these recordings?
Well, you could just look up Dark Nation on Spotify, YouTube, Google Play, everywhere.
Uh-huh.
And we actually have music videos out on YouTube.
You do?
We have our own official artist channel on YouTube. You just have to search Dark Nation, and it will come up.
My apologies, I did not know this.
Official artist.
I'm going to watch Dark Nation when I get done.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not too scary, huh?
After I mow a lawn this afternoon.
After you mow the lawn?
Yeah. Okay. So, we got to get to this pedal on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
But before we do that, we have to talk about your amplifier that you did not rent.
Yeah, we didn't want to lug that up the stairs, but it is the original first Eddie Van Halen signature series block letter 5150.
Wow.
Half stack. So It's got a head and then a cabinet. I didn't get a full stack, but I bought it for $1,000.
You bought it for $1,000?
I bought it for $1,000, and I had to pay payments because I was like at Schneider's Music.
Okay.
If you remember Schneider's Music, it was down here, down past downtown, right behind the post office.
Yep.
And boy, they're always really nice. Everybody's really nice.
Right.
But they gave me a loan for $1,000.
Wow.
And I paid it off.
Yeah.
I even bought a wireless unit with it.
Okay. Was it used or was it new?
I'm sure it was used because they came out in '92.
Something like that. Yeah.
91 or 92 or maybe even 80s. I don't know.
Sure.
But, it was the original block letter. They got sued. Peavey did.
Right.
So they had to change that block letter to his signature.
Okay.
Eddie Van Halen.
Right.
But mine has the original tubes in it because I can't stand the new tube sound.
Wow. What will you do if a tube goes out?
I'm going to have to bite the bullet and buy one for like $400.
Really?
The original tubes in there are so expensive.
But they can be purchased.
Yeah, you can purchase them.
Okay, all right.
But they just got this warmth. That's a tube amp, but there's something about it. And I did own a 6505, and they say that that's the same, but it's not.
It's not the same.
There's some magical thing about that original one because it had those old tubes in it. It's probably all the tubes. Because I put new tubes in there expecting it to sound the same, and it
didn't. And you went back.
So I had to go back.
Dig in the trash can, get the tubes
No, I didn't throw them away.
Oh.
But I didn't know how much they were worth. I could have thrown them away.
Right,
if I would.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't find out how much they were worth until just recently.
Oh, I see. So very quickly, the guitar nerds right now are drooling all over their iPhones or computers, whatever. But for those who don't know, the PV 5150 was Eddie Van Halen's signature amp.
He worked closely with Peavey to get his plexi sound, his modified plexi, right?
Yes.
And he had a little dial that changed the voltage on that plexi.
Right.
To get the Eddie Van Halen sound, right?
Sure.
But if I put a little reverb on that thing and use its own distortion, I can play. I don't know if you want me to play
a little
copyrighted stuff on here.
Oh, go ahead, a little bit.
Oh wait, I'm not plugged in.
This
one.
Okay.
On this one. But
while he plugs in, very quickly, at one point, Eddie Van Halen parted ways with Peavey, and that amplifier lives on as the 6505, although Mr. Tony Hamm here says it does sound good.
Yeah, Eddie Van Halen.
Right, yes. So, but we elected not to bring that today, and I'm so excited because this
is my
perfectly showcases what we do when we're in a pinch,
or
when there's a flight of stairs and we don't want to lug our half stack up the stairs.
If we don't want to lug an amp around and want to plug straight into the PA, you get an amp simulator, this is the cheapest thing I could find that sounded good. Right. So it's just like it's so dirt cheap. But it sounds like a real amp.
How many have you tried?
I tried a lot.
Okay.
But I actually, in my main rig, I have a 1992 Zoom 3030.
Okay.
And that's actually the key to my distortion sound.
Oh, I see. Through the 5150.
The 5150 is turned down because the 5150 is dirty, even clean.
Okay.
So you have to back up you got to back off the input so that it's clean.
Okay.
And then I've got Zoom distortion going through.
Okay.
So I've always had Zoom distortion. And you know, when I bought that 5150, at the time, nobody was using 5150s for metal, or not as many people. Like, I was like, I want to use a different amp than a Marshall.
Right.
And so I was like, whoa, yeah, I love Eddie Van Halen. Let's get one of those. And look, everybody in metal's using 5150s or 6505s.
Yeah.
Or a lot of them are, you know.
A bunch of them.
Yeah.
So I believe in a year and a half, this is somehow the first Zoom product. On the show. I should know more about the Zoom company than I do, but they make a lot of effects processor pedals, we sometimes call them.
It's all
amp
multi effects pedal, right?
Right,
but I mean, just like the gains are all the way up on this thing. But watch as I turn up my. See, it's not dirty yet.
It's not.
And then when I turn that on, it acts like a real amp.
It does act like a real amp.
Like turn up and then it just gets dirtier and dirtier and dirtier and dirtier.
Wow.
You know.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is slightly different than the one on your pedal board.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The one on my pedal boards I got for my birthday when I was like probably 11 or 12 because I was bitching about not having a distortion pedal.
So this was a pedal you got a long time ago and it's still on your board.
I still have it.
Really quickly, what else is on your board?
Oh, wireless unit.
Oh, okay.
I have the thing that plugs in. Right
okay.
It's
but that's it on your board.
Yeah, so it's...
You don't have a delay or a chorus? Or...
So I've got my wireless unit on there, and I love being wireless.
Okay, yeah.
If you're ever wireless, you'll never go back.
You won't. No.
Especially if you got a nice wireless unit. I mean, like, that's just so freeing to be walking around not being tied to anything. It's like you're trapped on stage. You could go out to the audience and play if you wanted to.
You sure can.
If you're wireless, but... Well, you know, I'm a lead singer, so I have to stay up on this stage.
Right.
It's kind of like a catch-22, right?
Well, you need the headset like Garth Brooks.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Right.
You need a headset. I've never seen him. I guess like Queensrÿche, he uses a headset.
You look like a weirdo, but you can walk around.
Yeah, you can walk around.
Yeah.
Like Britney Spears.
Exactly. So I was going to ask you on this and the other one. Do we use a lot of, in a performance, a lot of different distortion sounds, or is it pretty much just one?
I just have my main distortion that I tried so hard to emulate Dimebag Darrell's sound, and I failed.
Okay.
But I got my own sound out of it.
Okay.
Because I was using the same thing as him.
Right.
But it was my own, like, 13-year-old version of Dimebag Darrell. Right. His tone. I was trying to copy it, but I ended up failing at it. But I found my own tone.
Okay.
I really liked, and you cannot even that distortion isn't even on this pedal.
Okay.
It was only like a couple years in Zoom.
Really?
Yeah, and only on one model, the 3030.
I see.
So that distortion is hard to copy.
Right.
So it's just weird how that works.
Do we have a backup to that pedal?
Yeah, I have two of them.
Oh, you have two of them?
I bought one on eBay, so
good.
I've got parts.
Perfect.
Because that is essential to my sound for my metal band anyway.
Hey, awesome. So there's no phaser, there's no flanger on your board?
Oh, well, when I go to... I change the distortion when I solo in my band.
Right.
And so it's hotter, so I can get louder than my guitarist.
Right.
Because I don't want to be louder than him while I'm playing and singing.
Right.
Because when you're singing and playing, sometimes you mess up. And, you know, it just happens.
Yeah.
Because you're concentrating on vocals. You're not concentrating... This is all autopilot when you're playing guitar and singing. So you have to be autopilot here and singing.
Right.
You're concentrated on singing and stage presence, right? You got to make sure that you're looking at all your the crowd and make sure you're interacting with them. And
right. One of my favorite things that's happened on stage is to look down and realize with horror that you're playing a half step below the rest of the band because you got your hand in the wrong spot. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually play a half step down with a band I'm lead in, and I have to put a capo right here.
Okay.
They refuse to go Jimi Hendrix tuning.
They do.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's like, come on, man. Strat sound better.
Right.
E flat. Everyone knows that.
Well, they do. Not this.
And Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah.
He can't be wrong.
No, can't be wrong at all.
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Do we have anything else we need to talk about?
Well, I mean, I am coming out with an album, a whole full-length album.
Wow.
In August 13th.
Okay.
And before that, we're gonna release a music video that we worked really hard on.
Okay.
And that'll be coming up this next month here.
Oh wow!
So it's pretty soon.
That will be the first single off the album that will be released on August 13th.
And I've been working on it for 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah, ever since my last album.
Really? So this is like the Guns N' Roses album of Dark Nation.
Yeah. Well, no, we're basically trying to do big budget things on zero budget.
Right.
So it's DIY.
It can be difficult.
It's DIY all the way. I make the artwork. I record it myself.
Okay.
So I had to buy nice stuff to record with, and that takes time.
Yeah.
And then, so we recorded at my house. I mix it and master it.
Were all the songs written 10 years ago?
Some of them were written longer than that ago.
Okay.
Because they were just songs that didn't make it onto those albums.
Oh, sure.
And in fact, in 2009, we had a little hiccup-ish that we got an offer for a record deal.
Okay.
It fell through. We don't want to talk about that.
No.
But yeah, had to do a bunch of stuff.
So in the intervening 10 years, were there any of these songs that you grew to not like as much, despise, love more than in the beginning?
I actually love them all, but my favorite song is always the newest one that I wrote.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
That makes sense.
And like especially the ones that my drummer and me click with the most.
Okay,
because that's so important.
Yeah.
You can just write off your drummer sometimes,
Sure.
We actually we are trying to do improv too, so we'll go up and write a song on stage, metal, and it'll be totally made up just for that night.
Right.
We're just jamming.
Right.
But I'll put lyrics to it and everything and guitar solos.
Sure.
But it's all improv.
Right.
Because, improv's the best.
It's a lot of fun. It's where you free your mind.
You don't have to play the exact notes.
Right.
They're just free.
Play whatever. Get the crowd really drunk and go to town. So you mentioned you started as a fledgling flamenco guitarist.
Yeah.
Do we ever do any clean tones? Do we do flamenco?
Yes. I am also lead in a local bluegrass band.
Oh, really?
Yep. I play lead in a bluegrass band, acoustic.
Really?
Yep.
So is that on a Martin or Jackson?
I have a Yamaha.
Okay.
Classical.
Oh.
Classical Yamaha. It plays beautiful, but it's just it's classical, so it's not radius.
Okay, sure.
And, I'm a classically trained musician. I actually play piano.
Right.
And I'm trying. And I believe when I'm 60 years old, I might be able to master piano. Who knows?
Hey,
we'll see. We'll see.
Right. Do you put any key parts on your recordings?
Yes.
You do. And you play them?
Yep.
Just kind of hammer out chords.
Yeah, it's just really hidden in there, so it's like subtle. Like if you play a and you have a piano low note on there, it makes it heavier, but you don't realize it. You don't even hear it.
Just add to the movement of the song.
It just adds to the recording, gives richness where there might not be any. Right?
Yes.
And I've got choirs in there that I play synthesizer.
But
very low.
Right.
Low. This new album will have it all.
Awesome.
So you'll be able to hear it.
We look forward to the new album coming out August 13th. We probably better wrap this up. Yeah. I did want to mention the guitar on the wall behind Mr. Tony Hamm. Matching him beautifully is a Captain Kirk signature guitar, which they just got in at Haggerty's and is available for sale.
Awesome.
And Tony Hamm will be playing his Zoom effects processor through the Princeton amp, which is also available for sale here at Haggerty's Music Works. Are you ready?
I'm ready to do what?
1 second. Remember my sponsorship with Trask Hay LLC, large round and square bales and custom haying, 515-0858. Blues Saraceno says, change your strings.
Change your strings.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Hamm.
Is that good?
That's good. Thank
All right.
you very much. See you next week, everybody.